Hi, let's make some copper mesh canvas wings for your dragonfly. Pictured here is what you'll need. You may want to pause this so you can write down the list. First, you're going to trace from your painted canvas the shapes of the wings. Using a Sharpie ultrafine point marker, transfer this to your copper. Don't make your lines too dark. You can see my lines are not that dark. Then taking old scissors, start trimming. Work along the lines and cut over a piece of paper. There's a lot of little bits that fall as you're trimming these. If you don't cut exactly along the black line, don't panic. This is going to become the wrong side of your wing and will be up against your canvas and won't show. You've been given quite a bit of canvas. You can see how much is left here, and I'm on the last wing, so if you do goof up, you've got enough to make up one extra wing probably. But you should be fine. Now take your repoussé tool or your dot tool and burnish the edge to smooth it out a bit. This isn't foolproof, but it helps with the fingers. These tools can be purchased at any hobby store, or I think you can get them at a nail store because they use them to make dots on fingernails. I'm working on about 3 layers of wool felt here. Don't use a terry cloth towel, it catches on your copper. Referencing your guide, you can see where I've drawn the lines in within the wing that you'll be pushing into the copper. Hence the 3 layers of wool felt underneath. This is freehand. Keep looking at your guide for reference. Draw one line in and go over it a few times to exaggerate. So it was flat and pretty lifeless, and now it has curves and it doesn't look lifeless anymore. You're making magic. By the way, I don't think you can push on these lines too much. Once you have one side worked, hold them wrong sides together and make little divot marks in the unworked wing to show where your lines start and stop. It just helps. It's a nice little guide trick. See how I work from one divot to the other? Take your time. Last one. Next, you're going to thread your size 12 beading thread with a long piece of invisible thread. Work a quilter's knot in the end by pointing the needle towards the end of the thread. Grasp both with your right hand, wrap with your left, and then pull through the loops to make a perfect knot. And trim away the excess. You'll also be putting a knot in the end of your metallic thread, but we don't cut that from the card or the spool that we're working from. This way you don't have to worry about running out of the copper metallic. Referencing your guide, follow the path that I've diagrammed. It's one long line with a beginning and an end. There's no stopping. Fold the knot that you've made in your metallic over the end point or the beginning point of the wing and pull the knotted end of the nylon through that knot to secure it. This won't show, it'll be underneath. Then start whip stitching the copper metallic to the edge of your wing. My stitches are probably about 1/8 of an inch apart. Once you get the copper all the way around the wing, you'll start working the lines within the wing that we pushed in. So the copper gets laid in those stitches. The copper metallic gets laid in those stitches, and then you'll come up through the mesh over the metallic and back down through to couch in place. You have to exercise patience doing this. In the written directions, I tell you to go back after couching to attach the beaded embellishment, but this can be accomplished as you couch the metallic in place. Work just past where the beads will go, referencing your diagram, and pick up 6 beads. Slide them down towards the wing. Flip them back towards your thumb and take the needle back down from the top, from the right side of the wing to the wrong side. And then make a tacking stitch between the 3rd and the 4th bead to hold them in place. And keep couching. To attach your piece, follow the printed instructions in your guide. You really only need a few tacking stitches with the invisible thread. Don't overdo it. I do know firsthand that this is a process you've probably never encountered before, but I also know the end result is totally worth the time and effort. Now you have wings to fly. enjoy your newfound talent.